Welcome back to Bitcoin Talk. Today, we'll address one of the most common myths about Bitcoin, the idea that it's a highly polluting activity. But there's more to this claim than meets the eye. We'll explore how Bitcoin can actually contribute to more efficient and sustainable energy use, with a concrete example from Texas. We're here to challenge that notion today, and introduce an alternative perspective that might just change your mind. It's a widespread belief that the digital gold rush of Bitcoin mining is a major culprit in the global greenhouse gas emissions crisis. This belief stems from the fact that, like any major industrial activity, mining Bitcoin requires energy, and a lot of it. However, the devil is in the details, and it's important to understand the nuances of this complex issue. So let's start by acknowledging the elephant in the room. Yes, Bitcoin mining does consume a significant amount of energy. That's a fact. However, it's also a fact that not all energy sources are created equal. Some are far dirtier than others, while some are clean and renewable. This is where the potential for Bitcoin mining to actually help reduce greenhouse gas emissions comes in. Bitcoin miners, being primarily concerned with the bottom line, are always on the hunt for the cheapest energy sources available. This drive for cost-effectiveness has led many miners to tap into renewable energy sources like solar and wind, which are increasingly becoming the most affordable options. Moreover, Bitcoin mining can be performed anywhere in the world where there's an internet connection. This mobility allows miners to migrate to regions with abundant renewable energy, or even to places where excess energy is otherwise wasted. So while it's true that Bitcoin mining does use energy, it's not necessarily accurate to say it's contributing to pollution in the way that many believe. And as we continue to improve our renewable energy technologies and infrastructures, the potential for Bitcoin mining to become an increasingly green industry only grows. It's easy to get caught up in the negative headlines and sensational claims, but we encourage you to keep an open mind. After all, the world is full of surprises. Let's dive into this fascinating topic and uncover the truth behind Bitcoin mining and its impact on our environment. Ever heard of ERCOT in Texas? They've done something truly groundbreaking in the world of Bitcoin mining. ERCOT, or the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, is an entity that manages the flow of electric power to more than 26 million Texas customers. That's about 90% of the state's electric load. But ERCOT isn't just about delivering power. They're also innovating in the field of Bitcoin mining. Let's take a step back for a moment. You may recall from our previous scene that Bitcoin mining involves solving complex mathematical problems, a process that traditionally consumes a significant amount of energy. This energy consumption has led to criticisms of Bitcoin mining as an environmentally harmful practice. But ERCOT is changing the game. ERCOT's innovation lies in their approach to managing energy. They've found a way to integrate Bitcoin mining into their grid operations in a way that actually decreases greenhouse gas emissions. Yes, you heard it right, Bitcoin mining that reduces carbon emissions. How do they do it? ERCOT leverages surplus energy that would otherwise go to waste. This surplus energy, often from renewable sources like wind and solar, is used to power Bitcoin mining operations. In turn, this process helps to stabilize the grid by balancing supply and demand. Instead of wasting excess energy, ERCOT is using it to generate value in the form of Bitcoin, and in the process, they're reducing the carbon footprint of the state's electricity grid. It's a win-win situation, but it doesn't stop there. ERCOT's approach also encourages the development of renewable energy sources. By providing a profitable use for surplus energy, ERCOT is incentivizing the production of more renewable energy. This is a game changer not just for Bitcoin mining, but for the entire energy sector. It shows us that with the right strategies and technologies, we can turn perceived problems into solutions. ERCOT has shown us that Bitcoin mining can be a part of the solution, not the problem. And that, my friends, is a glimpse into a future where Bitcoin mining and environmental sustainability go hand in hand. You may be wondering, how does Bitcoin mining help reduce greenhouse gas emissions? Let's start with the basics. Bitcoin mining is a process where transactions are verified and added to the public ledger, known as the blockchain. It's the method by which new Bitcoins are released into circulation. This process requires a vast amount of computational power and, consequently, a significant amount of energy. The common misconception here is that this energy has to come from sources that contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. But that's not necessarily true. Bitcoin mining can be powered by renewable energy sources such as solar or wind power. And this is where the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, or ERCOT, comes in. ERCOT has been at the forefront of integrating renewable energy into their power grid. As a result, they've been able to leverage the energy-intensive process of Bitcoin mining to actually decrease pollution. You might be asking yourself, how does that work? Well, it's quite ingenious. ERCOT uses excess renewable energy, which would otherwise go to waste, to power Bitcoin mining operations. This not only makes use of energy that would have been wasted, but it also incentivizes the further development of renewable energy resources. Even better, Bitcoin mining can be done anywhere, at any time. This means that it can be powered by renewable energy sources in locations and at times where there is a surplus of energy. Think of it as a flexible load that can be ramped up or down based on the availability of renewable energy. So, in essence, Bitcoin mining doesn't have to contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. Instead, when powered by renewable energy, it can actually help to reduce them by making use of excess energy that would otherwise go unused, and by encouraging the further development of renewable energy resources. It's a game changer, isn't it? Bitcoin mining, when done right, can have a positive impact on our environment. Now imagine the implications of this on a global scale. The potential is truly staggering. If more companies and countries around the globe tapped into this innovative approach to Bitcoin mining, like ERCOT did in Texas, we could be witnessing the dawn of a new era. An era where Bitcoin mining and environmental sustainability are no longer at odds, but instead work together in harmony to help us achieve a cleaner, greener future. Think about it. By harnessing surplus energy that would otherwise be wasted, we're not only increasing the efficiency of our power grids, but also significantly reducing greenhouse gas emissions. This is a win-win situation for everyone involved. For Bitcoin miners, it'd mean lower operational costs and higher profits. For power grid operators, it'd mean a more stable, reliable power supply. And for the environment, it'd mean a significant reduction in harmful emissions. But that's not all. By promoting the use of renewable energy sources for Bitcoin mining, we could also accelerate the global transition towards cleaner, sustainable energy. This could potentially lead to a massive reduction in our carbon footprint, helping us to combat the pressing issue of climate change more effectively. Now let's take a moment to consider the socio-economic implications of this. In regions with abundant renewable energy resources but limited access to traditional banking services, Bitcoin could provide a viable alternative. By harnessing the power of the sun, wind, or water to mine Bitcoin, these regions could potentially generate their own wealth, improve their living standards, and contribute to the global economy in a meaningful, sustainable way. In conclusion, the ERCOT model represents a paradigm shift in how we perceive and utilize Bitcoin mining. It shows us that Bitcoin mining doesn't have to be a pollutant. Instead, it can be a powerful tool in our fight against climate change, helping us to create a cleaner, more sustainable future for all. The future of Bitcoin mining could very well be the future of our planet. So, let's wrap this up. Is Bitcoin mining really contributing to global pollution? Well, as we've journeyed through this discussion, we've debunked a few common misconceptions. We've seen how Bitcoin mining, rather than being a carbon-spewing monster, can actually be a force for environmental good. Let's take a quick recap. We started off by tackling the myth head-on, the idea that Bitcoin is inherently polluting. Sure, Bitcoin mining does require energy, but it's important to remember that not all energy is created equal. We've seen how the type of energy used and how it's harnessed can make a massive difference. Then, we delved into the ERCOT case in Texas. A prime example of how Bitcoin mining can contribute to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. ERCOT, or the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, found a way to use Bitcoin mining as a grid balancer, taking excess energy that would otherwise be wasted and converting it into something valuable: Bitcoin. We also explored how the process of Bitcoin mining works. It's not just about creating new coins, it's about maintaining the integrity and security of the whole Bitcoin network. This process, while energy-intensive, can be powered by renewable resources, reducing its carbon footprint significantly. And finally, we looked at the global implications. If other countries follow in the footsteps of ERCOT, we could see a significant decrease in wasted energy worldwide and a corresponding reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. The potential for Bitcoin mining to aid in the fight against climate change is immense. So, the answer to our opening question: no, Bitcoin mining is not inherently contributing to global pollution. Like any industry, it depends on how it's done. If we choose renewable resources and innovative solutions like ERCOT's, Bitcoin mining can actually be part of the solution, rather than the problem. As we've seen today, Bitcoin mining isn't the environmental villain it's often made out to be. In fact, It could be one of our greatest allies in the fight against climate change.